Welcome to the MS&Me Radio Network. The broadcast shows are for informational and entertainment purposes only. They are not designed to provide listeners with specific personal, medical, or counseling advice. Individuals with a medical issue should always consult their healthcare provider. MS&Me is not responsible for content of individual shows. The views expressed by show hosts or their guests are their own. Enjoy the show.
Yo, and hello, folks and fam. Welcome to MS and Millennial Shit. I'm your host, Ange, and I'm just so happy right now. I'm wanting to first say thank you for tuning in and showing support that way. I appreciate you, and I hope I don't disappoint with this episode because I don't have much of a structure lined up, but we'll get back to that in a moment. This week has been a very hustly, bustly week, just coming off of Mother's Day, and for me, just getting ready for only the biggest moment of my young life so far, I believe. To say for myself, I'm about to go see one of my favorite bands play live, and that's really awesome, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity of being able to get to do that. And so that's really exciting for me, and I don't know if it's that I've been waiting for this to happen for so long that now it's happening. I have this surge of energy and joy and just jubilee going on lately in this week, and it's really helped to remind myself of the best parts of myself and appreciate even myself more, and in turn just my world more. And I really have a huge amount of gratitude regularly every day, and it's just increased so much leading up to this moment that's coming up, and I'm really grateful for that and for my awesome family, my awesome friends, my awesome supporters, and I am grateful for you for tuning in yet again. I hope that you have also had a wonderful week, that you've enjoyed your Mother's Day, that you're enjoying the thrusts of May, the thrills, and buckling down, getting ready for summer. Well, not buckling down, loosening up your buckles, if anything, because summer is usually just the time of the year I feel like it's a very desired time of year by a large majority of people because of, school being out and going to the beach and going on vacations and things like that. So, and just the sun coming out. I think the sun being out for a lot of people with multiple sclerosis does create a degree of not skepticism, but definitely a hazard in a way of saying. Maybe like I have a hair in my eye and I'm having a really rough time talking and trying to see at the same time, and my apologies. But yeah, so it's definitely going to be much warmer. So I know with heat for a lot of multiple sclerosis patients, it does make things rougher, and it does bring out maybe symptoms more. And I've spoken a little bit about this before. Like, that hasn't per se, knock on wood. Luckily, I have wood right here. And it hasn't been the case for me. Usually it's the cold for me that I have recognized my symptoms acting up, except for not even the first few times that I acted up. It was more around springtime, so in the middle. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really have a structure, again, for this episode that I'm gonna go into today. I am in the brainstorming process for a few shows coming up, and I don't want to really discuss those yet until I totally get those together and get everything set up, see if I can get everything set up for them. But I definitely do want to talk about some things. So, yeah. And if this interests you, please go ahead and message me. If you have any questions about what I talk about, you can go ahead and message me on the Instagram for the show, which you can message that at m.s_squared. And that is how you can send a message if you go ahead and send it to that profile. Also, there's the MS and Millennial Ship page on Facebook, and that's under MS² as well. No periods, no underscores, just MS, and then the next word is squared. You search that, you'll find the show page on Facebook. And then as well, you can always just email, and I definitely respond to those, and that is able to be done by emailing that can be done by emailing ms.ahhhnj@gmail.com. And so I just wanted to sort of now that I've wrapped that up, I want to sort of get into sort of what's been on my mind lately and what's been going on from my day-to-day and how it's been, and what's working, what I've noticed is working, what is not, and things like that. And one of the first things that I think I should share is that I recently came to the conclusion that I will only be putting out 3 shows a month, which you're probably thinking okay, so what's new? But so 3, I was previously aiming for 4 shows a month. Ever since I've had the show, I've only done 3 shows a month. I just decided to get hip to it and realize that I usually schedule my appointments in the first few weeks of the month anyway. So I think that I'm going to definitely take 1 week off a month from recording and really just experience life for a full week, maybe even distancing myself from using the social medias for that week. Definitely still replying to emails and messages, but I definitely need to give myself attention and give myself more attention and give my life attention. And so that's a conclusion I came to recently. Yes. And so with that being said, that is all that about that I can say right now. Like I said, I am thinking of other doses that are going to be coming up in the future, topics that I'm going to discuss. If you want to hear something, or want me to talk about something, or you just want me to interview you, you can go ahead and also email me, and you can go ahead and email me at ms.ahhhnj@gmail.com. And I'll definitely get back to you with any questions or concerns you may have there. Or if you're, reaching out for anything, just hit me up there or hit me up anywhere, honestly. And I look forward to connecting with the community. I'm always trying to reach out when I can, and when I see something that really triggers something in me that's positive for the most part. And I've been really happy with the reception that I've been getting from all of the individuals I've interviewed on the show so far. That's all that it's really been, is me just reaching out, and it's really been great because social media has created this, sort of connection to others, and that's sort of kind of really amazing to me. I also feel like going to this concert is another way of doing that, but doing it out in the real world, and I would love to be able to do more of that with the community, and that would be great. But that's coming later. Maybe let's focus on today's dose. And so I've been talking a little bit with the past few shows recently about how I'm re-engaging into like metaphysical lifestyle and really trying to get as closely connected back with my source as possible. And, because I've been realizing things about myself like, when did this stop? Or when did I stop being this way? Or, really just analyzing myself and going inside of my being in a way and picking back up pieces that create a bigger image or a bigger puzzle image to the understanding of why I am the way that I am. And so I have to say that involving myself in a metaphysical life set is something that really does create an enriching environment for me personally and for so many people that I know and that I'm connecting with in another instance. And it's been really awesome, and I sort of want to bring it all together here because I do have life outside of multiple sclerosis, and I know we all do, and it's just, I feel like with the readings that I've been doing and the daily insights that I've been receiving, it's really been, wow, it's been really eye-opening in a way. So earlier today I did a single card pull from a deck that I have. It's the Power Deck by Lynn V. Andrews, and the artwork on the cards is so cool. It has each card, of course, has a meaning. The artwork is by Rob Shouten or Shouten, which is a cool name. And so the artwork really sort of envelops the message of the card, and I got focused today. So and I figured, let me go ahead and focus, like it says, just the number 34, focus. Let me do that today and pull myself out of this hole that I've been in. Not this hole, but like this puddle of quicksand that one leg has been stuck in, which is usually like every day. Like, that is the story of my life and how my legs feel. But I did it more in a not transcendental way of thinking, but just that I needed to get back to it in a sense. And I was sort of in this sort of dark period, I feel like, for a little bit, or this lost period. And and that's what I was saying at the beginning of the show, with the concert being around the corner, I feel like it's sort of helping to pull me out. And I am really grateful for that. But so let's get back to the cards. On Focus, there was a really great message that I also wanted to share, because once I read it, it got me questioning things in my head. And so the message is talking about being a warrior. It says, you collect the important parts of yourself and you begin to live the life of a warrior. And I thought that was so interesting in many ways, in multiple levels. So let me break it down. So with what I was saying earlier as well, like going back into myself and pulling out the good parts, or the parts that I had forgotten, or the parts that I had, not really get focused on or paid attention to, and let just like sort of get swept under the rug of life. Getting back into those things really has sort of awoken great things in me. Like, I'm listening to music right now. I don't know if you can hear it. It's very meditational, very soothing, very tonish sounds. And also outside there's a car going by, but listening to music, I realize, really does help procure a great sense of balance and a great sense of soothing listening to this type of music. And I realize that when I record, usually I am a little everywhere. I'm a little all over the place. So I've really been trying to focus on not doing that when I record, so you guys can stick with me and it's easier. And so I feel like, this warrior thing, this is something that really hones true with me, not only in that resort, but since I've been, involved with the MS community. The concept of being a MS warrior has been really brought up a lot. And so I started to think, what does that mean? What makes someone a warrior? What makes someone an MS warrior? Is it just that they have MS? Is it that they are living with someone who has MS or know someone close that has MS? You know what I mean? And maybe it's all of the above, because MS does seem like a constant battle. So it just made me start thinking, and I feel like I recently shared a post on the Facebook page referring to an individual as a gladiator. And so it's like, I love the idea that, us being, all of the individuals affected with any type of condition, that they're striving and that they're not allowing the situation to become a downfall or a deficit in life. I think that for me is really what is a warrior. And I think that working out what is best in life for you is also a warrior. It's very indicative of the same thing. So yeah, that is something that I just realized that I have been, and that we all are, and that we strive to be. And I thought that, it coming up in the card earlier was really magical for me. And my cat just jumped up here, so I'm sorry, I sort of got a little distracted. And please get off the computer. Please. Okay, get off. Great. All right. All right. And then as well, I have another deck. I've been trying to do a daily pull from each deck. And sometimes that pull becomes a reading, because the cards just jump at me and things like that. So I definitely wanted to do one today and sort of just talk about it. I actually didn't even know that I was going to do that. It just is the way that it panned out. So the other deck that I have, it is a Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. And I also pulled from there. And for this one, I got integration. So what it says for the integration card is: the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. And I really feel that this, in turn, this card and what it says, what it signifies, in turn, sort of goes also with what I was saying with go ahead and collecting those pieces that have been, spread far and then maybe, that have been forgotten maybe, that have been mowed under the rug lately, that have been, displaced in a way, and, reintegrating them back into life so that you can live your best life. And you know that here on MS and Millennial shit, that's what I'm all about. That's what I am sort of really centered on, is making the best out of every situation according to me, as long as I'm not hurting anyone, as long as, everyone is safe in the situation, and that is furthermore why I am so grateful to be not only in this opportunity of being able to put this show out on a daily basis to share my understandings of life and my ideals, and how I hope that maybe, you know, it makes sense the way that I sort of explain it, but also to just sort of reach out to individuals who possibly is able to relate on that situation, because for me, being diagnosed at the age I was and having all of everything happen at once and having this feeling of being not even stuck between a rock and a hard place, but sinking while standing on, solid ground, is something that I feel has not only held me back, but something that I have fought and am tired of fighting in a way, and know that there's gotta always be an option. Sometimes, in order to recognize that there's an option available that is better to be implemented in life, for me personally, is part of the process of going back into myself and recognizing my own treasures, my own gifts. I have struggled with self-esteem, well, not obviously, but in addition to everything, and maybe as a result of everything that's happened regarding my early onset diagnosis, and then also having the information that I already understood through what I saw and other individuals, such as my mom's trials with MS. And I don't think I really got to process it for myself. So I think I really am grateful, because I do get to go through that process head on with engaging in hosting this show, engaging in the community and all those things, while still dealing with life, and actually recognizing that the stable ground does not have to feel like quicksand. And even if it does feel like quicksand, it doesn't have to be the end of the world for me. So that's really something that I am going to continue to embrace and further integrate into my daily life. It's been yielding great results from just this past few weeks, and I'm not saying that it's been constant, because, like I said, I was caught in that air of just, the adverse of being lost, and just from that, though, seeing the difference of what the change in my mindset and my range of awareness widening has benefited me has been quite a beautiful and transformational process. And I'm grateful as well that I had, my sisters to inspire me as a young girl growing up, with inspire me and instill me with so much of the knowledge that I do have, whether intentionally or, just as a result of watching their progress. I really appreciate my sister Charmaine, who's on the show before, because she really showed me what growing up is like. And I got to see her as a firsthand example of understanding life. And I really appreciate that. So now I have this information and I get to take it and integrate it back into my life, in addition to combining that with the information that my life has processed outside of just that relationship. I guess that's the wonderful thing about being not only human, but just having support, having love, having family. And I really am grateful for everything every day, and I'm so excited for this upcoming event that I'm going to move down. Yes, I've been waiting for this for many, many years, and I never thought that I would be able to see it. I wasn't sure if they were going to come back out, and then I remember they started out touring on the west side of the United States, and I was like, oh, I'm not there anymore. But thank goodness they're coming over to my neck of the woods, and I really am excited, and I can't wait to tell y'all about that experience as well, and bring my full self to that event. And I hope that you all have a wonderful week, whether you're going to go do something fun or you're just relaxing in your own space, in your own environment. You know, live it up, love it up. You're amazing. And you all continue to blow me away. I want to again say not only to follow MS Squared on social media, Facebook and Instagram, but follow anything that inspires you. For me, recently, At Heel Girl has inspired me. For me, recently, Lindsay Joy Holcomb has inspired me. Also, big love to At Slutty Girl Probs on Instagram. Add them. Let's put a fight up against censorship of sex-positive images and media. And thank you so much for tuning in again. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and thank you so much. Stay love. MS Squared out.